Yes, yes, Wagwan Shalom, Ben Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum. Yes, hello. So, yeah, Chub been busy and other things and real life things. Yeah, I've been preparing some videos, but I had to get one out today, y'all know, for the fans, for me fans, you know. So, I thought it was a busy weekend in boxing, yeah, and you know, I don't know if it's, I wouldn't say it's underlooked, but with all the other stupid women bill and the Helenius weird knockout by Wilder, was Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, yeah, so he was fighting Dirrell. Was it Andrew or Andre Dirrell? Let me check. I don't really care anyway, man. I mean, he's fighting A. Dirrell, who's 39, as I remember. Okay, so, you know, he's not a young pup. He was a world champion, so, you know. He's worthy of some note. People thought it would be a distance fight. Okay, Anthony Dirrell, Anthony Dirrell. He's a weird looking guy, man. Ugly, isn't he? And anyway, so Caleb Plant boxed him, and I got to say, he must have scored one of the most perfect KOs I've seen recently. Like, you know, it's kind of Alex Povetkin KOing Dillian White, except this was a left hook. I'm not really quite sure how Dirrell fell for it, yeah? Well, I'm not really allowed to show footage, you know? I keep on having stuff copyrighted, but I'll get some stills in a minute. But, yeah, I mean, Dirrell, he looked old enough to be, you know, like, old enough to be in that barbershop, you know? And the Coming to America thing. He looked, I know he's always looked old. He's got a weird little face, yeah? But, you know, it was a perfect KO. Caleb, like, touched him with a left hook to the body and then just pulled him and just put his shoulders in. Boom! Big left hook to the head, right on the chin. Flattened Dirrell. His head bounced off the canvas and he was down for minutes. So let's just check out some stills, yo. Yeah, so you can just see like how Plant, I mean, it's a classic shot. Touch him to the body, get him to drop their hands and bang him in the head. But I'm a bit surprised Dirrell fell for it because I won't say it's telegraphed, but like Caleb hit him and then he sort of pulled his whole shoulders right round. So he knows he's come back with another left hook, but it was beautiful. Caught him. Perfect KO. KO of the year, maybe. Yeah. Now after the fight, there's a bit of controversy. Well, Caleb Plant, right, starts doing the Undertaker thing where he's digging a hole on the ground and putting the body in and then covering it. You know, I've seen a few people do. I don't know if that's an Undertaker move or some WWE thing, but it looks like it. And the referee like tries to stop him doing it, but he won't, man. He carries on. He's well annoyed with Dirrell. He's well annoyed. He was well happy with that knockout, yeah. And that's because Dirrell had said Plant had no power. He got no power to knock me out with. He got no power. Yeah. There's a saying boxing, shades of Sven Otka, Anthony Mundine. You remember Mundine was like, yeah, I can't punch. She punched like a girl, he said. Actually gives Oka a good fight, but Oka was like every physical disadvantage. He was short, a bit tubby, you know. He wasn't explosive. Mundine was a big muscle guy, but yeah, he got flattened. It was. I still watch that occasionally for the lols. And yeah, you know, Dirrell, he didn't get up for a few minutes. Yeah, he's on the floor. And what's his name? Caleb Plant, the oil drillers, cafe latte woman. It's his wife, actually. Yeah. You know, she can barely stand up. She's screaming so much, yeah. And you'll know later on, you imagine the buzz. Caleb's test is going to be nuts. She's going to be like, oh, my man, he's such a hunk, he's such a man. You're going to smash that thing, that Jordan hard, man. Yeah, and you know they're going to do like a role play. You can just know, man. Because she like mixed, right? She brown cafe latte. He's going to be full of tests and aggression. You're going to get her home, smash it hard, like bend her over. Yeah, you know it's going to be the doggy style position. And she'd be like, oh, massa, you be's the best. Give it to me, make you your bed wench. And Plant going to be joining and go, yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm about to turn up the heat higher. And it's only going to be doggy style. Yeah? Anyway, I don't want to talk about that kind of fornication sickness. But he's married to her, so it wouldn't be that sick. So, he'd be smashing her from behind. Yeah, screaming, yeah, who's the master? Who's the top dog? You are, Caleb. I love you, Caleb. Oh, my, it's so good. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. And Dirrell, Anthony Dirrell also said, I will never lose to a white boy. Yeah. You know, there's words of people wanting him now. And you know, like, I don't know, who said that? Bernard Hopkins said that, didn't he? Before he got, and he got slapped up by a few guys. Who was it? Kovalev, Joe Calzaghe. But Joe Smith Jr. was the best one because he knocked him out and out of the ring. And afterwards, Hopkins was still do. I didn't get knocked out. They shouldn't have stopped the fight. Got like knocked spark out of the ring. Yeah, I'll always like Joe Smith for that KO because Soapy, yeah, Hopkins, if you know him from the prison system, 10 years. That's a lot of time. You know, he used to apparently go around the showers, raping individuals. So he's a scumbag. Yeah. It's, you know what? I mean, I'm not really into origin. I don't understand Caleb Plant. It's up to him. It's, he's obviously into it. Like, the town he was from, there's all these cheerleader type blonde girls. I mean, that'd be my thing. That would be my thing. But, fair enough, you married her, yeah. And, it's going to... There's a little thing that makes me laugh, because unlike the Bernard Hopkins, I will never lose to white boy, they get knocked out thing, yeah? The other thing is that Caleb Plant's like mixed race girl, cafe latte girl, quite pretty, come up. I give him a big kiss and she's like, she can barely stand up because she turned on, innit? Her husband like took care of business, bro. Huh? And he got money too. Huh? Yeah. And all them black dudes are gonna be really vexed, man. They see their boy get sparked out spectacularly by Caleb Plant. Yeah. And then they see his wife come in, all soppy, and they know, and they all know he's gonna be smashing the cafe latte bedwench doggy style, man. And her face gonna be ecstasy, man. And a lot of guys, like they don't mind. Everyone wants to smash a white guy, but black guys hate it when a white guy. As with you see it on Facebook, you see it on Instagram. What is it? Whenever they got a black guy with a white guy, everyone goes, "You're a bedwench, you're a traitor, you're this, that, and the other." The haterism gets nuts. Of course, the whole racism thing is to push multiculturalism, and that means in European and Western white countries. So it's really only any one way. I don't care. People, as I said many times, people can say what they want, but that needs to be applied to everybody. And you know what? I can't stand censorship of speech on any side to anyone. As long as you're not openly calling for people to get killed and pointing to them, you say what you want. I don't care. Oh yeah. If some guy was to say I don't like no white boy, I was like, so what, man? It's your prerogative, blood. Yeah. Anyway, I'm like, as I said, 15% Mozambicans. What you know about that, homeboy? Anyway. Yeah, so that was, as I said, one of the KOs of the year. I'm trying to think what's better. It only reminded me of the Povetkin one. I'm sure there's been some great KOs this year. Well, some people would say on 2 KOs of the year on the bill, Wilder Helenius, but that one is steeped in a bit of controversy. I mean, it was brutal, but some people saying it was what it was. It was set up, it was fixed. And somebody say, "Oh no, he must have been such a good actor," and that's kind of what I thought when he went over pretty spectacularly. I thought, "Wow, he must," that was quite convincing. Until I slowed it all down, I saw that his head didn't hit the canvas, even though he was completely out cold, so the body should be limp. If you watch a Dirrell fight, when Caleb lays him out, his head goes boom, boom, boom off the canvas because he's completely out cold. And Helenius manages to just take the blow on the shoulder without hitting his head, so that's a bit suspicious. Number one. The number 2 is just the fact that the Wilder's punch was an arm punch. He was going backwards. He hit with the padded bit of the glove, where the fingers are. There's, I don't know, man. He couldn't knock out Charlie Z, the Z-Man, all right? He was like 10 stone, not a boxer. Yeah? Despite his undefeated record of 500 fights or whatever it is. But you know what I'm talking about. And the other thing is, one of my boys, I think it was Smooth Criminal, on my channel said, listen, Wilder's fought 3 ex-sparring partners that I know of. Audley Harrison, Malik Scott, and Robert Helenius. All of them have got banged out. They all got banged out. Okay? And not only did they get banged out, they got banged out in 1 round. and two of them at least with suspicious circumstances. I mean, I seem to remember that Audley Harrison folded pretty quickly, but because he got a history of that, people weren't that surprised. I remember Wilder was so wild that night. I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look at it again and see if it was dodgy. But the Milite Scott was super dodgy. Watch that in slow motion. The Helenius is pretty dodgy. And like I said, Helenius been over to Wilder's house and had dinner, and they said, we'll give you a good payday, all right? But you're gonna flop in the first round. You won't get hurt. I'll hit you with a shot. You'll go over spectacularly. No one's getting hurt. No one's getting hurt. Also, you notice Helenius. Notice this, Helenius in that fight, okay? For a lot of body shots, didn't he? Little jabs to the body, hooks to the body, yeah? I can't really remember him targeting the head. I mean, I'm sure he did a bit, but I just remember thinking he's going for the body a lot. And I'm thinking at the time, naively, yeah, he's going to try and bring his hands down and switch to the head. But I always think going for the body, like leaving your head open like that, is a dangerous tactic. Because he's reaching when he with them shots, Helenius. That's a dangerous tactic against a puncher. But anyway, so I might do I think it's a definite dive? No. I mean, he might just have an awful chin and might have just gone. But I don't know what percentage of chance there is. Whenever you get something like this, I think if I had to bet my life on it, would I go for fix or not fix? And I wouldn't be prepared to bet my life on this, but I don't know, man. I'd have to look at it again and again and again, because a life is a serious bet. You understand me? Huh? Okay, maybe, but that's when I know I'm not lying to myself about what I think happened. I will say, if you had to lay your life on it, what would you take? A softer way to say, well, if you had to lay a lot of money, $5,000 or whatever you've got, $5,000 might be nothing to some people. So, a good amount of money, like all your money or all your possessions. So I'm not sure is the answer. It is possible that Helenius was just chinned and got a bad chin, but it's for very suspicious circumstances. I'll just hit it with the old 50-50, man. 50-50, 50-50. Anyway, this is going to be a Caleb Plant video, but I don't know what Caleb's going to do afterwards. I mean, it all depends on politics and who he got lined up, and what is he with Al Heyman, PBC? So I assume they'll get him a good fight. Protect him. I think he's the only white boy on the roster. I don't know. Al Heyman, please. I would never have a white boy on my roster. I will never have a white boy on my roster. But I will have an oil driller. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. All right. Thank you, folks. Yeah, we've got some good subscribers. We've got some people giving me some mad money. I like that. So we've got a few good videos to release. I'm getting on top of the merch this week. I'll be complaining hard to see if I can get that store back up. If not, I got reserve store. I've already pumped up a couple of products just to test it. But I'm not going to advertise it until it's all live. Anyway, yeah, peace, peeps. Look after yourselves, man. Yeah? Take that red pill if you haven't. You get me? You got to know what's going on in the world, man. You got to know the truth. Truth is freedom. And learn to read data. Data will set you free in terms of knowing how the world works, what you should do, and what the real situation is. Peace and cold.